Next is a conversation with His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded in his garden on June 9th, 1976, in Los Angeles.
He was taking opportunity to preach Krishna consciousness during tiffin hours. The teachers would go away. During tiffin time, of course, the teachers go away. And Prahlad Maharaj immediately will ask him, let him come. He immediately take the opportunity of preaching Krishna consciousness. All the school friends were sons of demons, when atheist class on that. So they did not know anything about God. Prahlad Maharaj was taking advantage of the school tiffin hour and preaching. So his first beginning of the teaching was Kaumaro Acharit Pragga Dharman Bhagavatanya. From the beginning of life, when we are children, we should learn about Krishna consciousness. That is the beginning of his teaching. One.
Sukkhamaindriyakam dhaitya dehajogena dehinam sarvatra labhyate dhaivat jatha dukkham ayatnatah.
Here are some Indian dress. Very well.
My dear friends, born of demoniac families, the happiness perceived with reference to the sense
He is
objects...
addressing his friend, born of demoniac family, my dear friend. Give me one chair, Dr. Wood. Yeah, that's right. He used to address his father also as the best of the demons. Once his father asked him, my dear son, what nice lesson you have learned in the school. Please tell me. So he addressed his father, Asura Vajja, the best of the Asuras. Tat sadhu manne Asura Vajja dehina sada samidvigna dhyam asat grahat ityatmaghatam grihe andakupam vanangato jad harimasaya. So, my dear father, not father, the best of the Asuras, Asura Vajja, the chief Asura. To my opinion, Sadhu Manne, I think, so far I have studied, Sadhu Manne, I think that is very nice, very honest profession or occupation for persons who are always full of anxieties. In the material world, everyone is full of anxiety. That's a fact. Even in your country, the President Nixon, he was in full of anxiety while he was in office. And now out of his office, he is also full of anxiety. So this is the best man in your country, President, the foremost man. So, if he is full of anxiety, the others naturally, everyone. So what is the cause of the anxiety? Asat graha. Sada samudvigna dhyam asat graha. Asat means that does not exist, not eternal. It is just opposite. eternal is called Sat, Om Tat Sat. And Asat means just the opposite. So, here in this material world, everything is Asat. Even this body is Asat. It will not exist. And what to speak of other things with reference to the body. Everything is Asat. Anything material is Asat. It will not stay. Either these trees or this land or this world or this country or this anything. Asat. The asatgraha, on account of accepting things which are asat, not permanent, they are always full of anxiety. Let's see how nicely explained why one is full of anxiety. The reason is he has accepted something which will not stay, endure, and he has accepted this is all in all. My country is all in all. My family is all in all. This body all in all. But it will not stay. That's a practical fact. But they are sticking to these things. Dehapatra kalatradisu, atma sannesu, asatsu api. There is another verse where this word is used, asat. Everyone is thinking I am secure. I am born in a very good nation, state. My body is very strong. My family members are very nice, well educated. I have got good bank balance, and I have got respectful position, so on and so on. He is thinking these things will save me. This world is struggle for existence. And when there is struggle, there are some soldiers. So, atma sannesu asatsu api. One is thinking that these are my soldiers. I own victory in the struggle for existence. But pramatta tasya nidhanam tasyannapi na pasyati. But he is so mad, he knows that these things will be vanquished, and still he does not see it. Tasyannapi na pasyati. Therefore his anxiety. The Prahlad Maharaj is this version, sada samadvigna dhyam asadgraha, on account of accepting non-permanent things as permanent. Therefore he is full of anxiety. Sada samadvigna dhyam. Then what is the remedy? The remedy is ityatma ghatam griha andhakupam. This andhakupam, dark well of ignorance, one must give up. Then vanangato jad harimasayata. He must go to burn. When one goes to burn, it is called vanaprastha. So after family life, according to Vedic civilization, one has to accept vanaprastha life. And when one is fully prepared, he takes a dance after vanaprastha. So vanangata means one should prepare by going to the forest for the next life of renounced order of life. That is human civilization. Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyas. Sannyas means fully engaged in Krishna consciousness. Vanangata jad harimasaya. Otherwise, what is the use of going to the forest? That is Vedic civilization. So Prahlad Maharaj is teaching to the boys, his class friend. He was 5 years old boy. Naturally his friends are also the same age, and he is teaching this Bhagavad Dharma. Read that.
The happiness perceived with reference to the sense objects by contact with the body can be obtained in any form of life, according to one's past fruitive activities. Such happiness is automatically obtained without endeavor, just as we obtain distress.
Thank you. So, here in the material world, happiness means sense gratification. That's all. So Prahlad Maharaj says, the happiness of sense gratification obtainable in any form of life. The birds, beasts, human beings, or even the demigods, cats, dogs, everyone has got the happiness of sense gratification, namely eating, sleeping, sex and defense. That is obtainable everywhere. But the spiritual happiness, that is obtainable in human form of life. Therefore, the human being from childhood, Kaumaro Acharet Pragya, Dharmana Bhagavatam, from the very beginning of childhood. Why so early? Durlavang Manusana Janma. This human form of life is obtained after many, many births, evolutionary process. And Adhrubam, there is no certainty that I shall live so many years. Although it is estimated that one is expected to live for at least 100 years. That is estimation, but at the present moment at least, nobody is living up to that. So even there is such indication, still there is no guarantee. We can die at any moment. Adhrubam, or Arthadam, although it is Adhrubam, there is no guarantee, but whatever period we get, we can utilize it for the best purpose. Arthadam, we can gain the ultimate goal of life, Arthadam. That is his giving stage. Arthadam means spiritual realization. That is Arthadam. Otherwise we remain like animal. The animal has also sense gratification process, how to eat, how to sleep, how to have sex, and how to defend. So, Sukham Indriyakam Daitya. He is addressing his friends as Daitya, sons of the demons. He is addressing his father as best of the demons. There are two classes of men, Deva and Asura. Though Bhutasargau Loke, Deva Asura Yavacha. In this material world, there are, why not Dr. Ulf may come here, bring his chair here. You can sit down here. You can bring me a chair. So the sense gratification is available. Vishaya kholu sarvatasya. These are called Vishaya. Vishaya means sense enjoyment. So, Vishaya sarvatasya, in any form of life, these four principles are there. Eating arrangement is there. Sleeping arrangement is there. The bird, he is not anxious about eating, sleeping, mating. It is already there. He has got a nest above the tree. At night he is very safe and sleeping nice. And in the morning, he knows somewhere there is some fruit. He'll get his food. He's not anxious. He goes anywhere. And for mating, the male and female bird are always together. And the pigeons, they're having every hour, 4 times, 5 times mating. So that arrangement is already there. And defense, they are on the ground, as soon as there is some man, immediately they go up. Defense. So they know, everyone knows how to enjoy this visha. Eating, sleeping, mating and defense. So the Shastra says, Vishaya khalu sarvatasya. These 4 principles of necessities of the body are available anywhere. Either you are born as a human being, or a cat, or a dog, or a bird, or a beast, or demigod. These are available. So we should not bother about these things. The arrangement is already there. By the grace of God, things are already there. Narad Muni says, don't bother about these things. Tassaiva heta prajati tako vida nalabhati jad bhavatam uparjata. So we are wandering within this universe in different forms of life, in different planets, uparjata, upari adha, upper planetary system, down planetary system. We are having these facilities in different standard. The demigods, they have got their different standard of life, thousands and thousands times better than ours. We have got better standard of life. That's like the Americans, they have got better standard of life than the Indians. So these high standard, lower standard, but whatever standard may be, the thing, the test of material enjoyment is there. Sex, intercourse in the human form of life and the sex intercourse of the dog on the street, the taste is the same. Taste is not changed. You put any eatable either in the gold pot or in the iron pot, the taste is the same. Vishaya khalu sarvatasya. The taste of these sense enjoyable things are the same everywhere. Therefore he says, Sukhang indriyakang jat. What is that?
Sukham indriyakam dhaitya deha yogena dehina.
Deha yogena dehina. Sex means one body is being united with another body. Deha yogena dehina. That is India. So, Prahlad Maharaj says, these things are available everywhere, without any endeavor. It can be available everywhere. Read it.
Sarvatra labhyate.
Sarvatra labhyate. Sarvatra means every form of life, in every place, either in the higher planetary or lower planetary, everywhere. Sarvatra.
Sarvatra labhyate dhaivat.
Daivat. Daivat means by the superior arrangement. Superior arrangement, one has become human being, one has become cat, one has become dog, one has become demigod, one has become worm of the stool. Daiva yogi, by the arrangement of the Supreme Controller. But the material happiness is the same everywhere. Either one is stool in the worm in the stool, or he is king in the heaven. The standard of happiness is the same.
Yatha dukham ayatnata.
And these things are available without any endeavor, as we get distress condition of life without any endeavor. There are two things in this world, distress and happiness. So we don't call for distress. The malaria fever come to me, I shall enjoy. Nobody says. But it comes. So similarly, this is distress. If distress comes, by the superior arrangement. So happiness also will come by superior arrangement. So why should he bother about these things? Therefore, our endeavor should be for understanding ourselves, self-realization, and our relationship with God, or what is God, what is the nature, these things, athata brahma jigyasa, this is our business. Not to waste our valuable time for searching after sense gratification. That is not human civilization, and that is demonic civilization. That is Prahlad Maharaj station. So come, Indriya Kanga, read it.
Next one?
No, this verse.
Sukham Indriyakam Dhaitya Deha Yogini Dehina Sarvatra Labhyate Daiva Yatha Dukham Ayatmata.
Translation, purport.
We just read that. Read again.
The purport you have read?
Yeah.
Then next verse.
So I haven't read purport.
Purport read.
In the material world, in any form of life, there is some so-called happiness and so-called distress. No one invites distress in order to suffer, but still it comes. Similarly, even if we do not endeavor to obtain the advantages of material happiness, we shall obtain them automatically. This happiness and distress are obtainable in any form of life without endeavor. Thus, there is no need to waste time and energy fighting against distress or working very hard for happiness. Our only business in the human form of life should be to revive our relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead and thus become qualified to return home back to Godhead. Material happiness and distress come as soon as we accept the material body, regardless of what form. We cannot avoid such happiness and distress under any circumstances. The best use of human life, therefore, lies in reviving our relationship with the Supreme Lord Vishnu.
So, is there any question about this statement?
Yes. What originally caused us to lose our relationship with Vishnu? I understand it's due to our desires, but how is this desire manifested?
Relationship is not lost. Just like either you are in the prison house or you are in the kingdom of the state. Your relationship with government is there. It does not mean that when you are put into the prison house to suffer, it does not mean you have lost relationship. Is it that?
Yes, but why are we in the prison?
That this is the cause. Because you are criminal, you are put into the prison house. But the relationship continues.
What have we done to make ourselves criminals?
What you have done, you are put into prison.
No, but what have we done to make ourselves criminals? What criminal acts have we performed?
That you might have forgotten. Because your nature is to forget. You cannot immediately remember what you are doing exactly this time yesterday. That is you have forgotten. But suppose you, without any knowledge, you do something criminal, then you must be punished. You may not know it. You cannot say in the court that I did not know by committing this act I will be punished. So you know or not know, you have done it, you must be punished.
With this?
So that you may not know what you have done, but that does not mean you can avoid punishment.
I understand that. It sounds reasonable to me. When we do this act for which we are punished, is it done in this life or is it done in some prior life?
This life or prior life, because you are eternal. Na hannate hannamane sarire. You are eternal.
Would the prior life have to be an animal life?
Yes, might be.
Or could the prior life have also been a human life?
No, not necessarily.
But it could have been one.
There are 8,400,000 different forms of life, and you are one of them now. So, you as soul, you are the same. The body is changed. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said in the 2nd chapter that Arjuna, you, me, and all these persons who are assembled here, they existed in their previous life. They are now existing and they will continue to exist. So, our life is eternal. That is the first instruction in the Bhagavad Gita. Na jayate namyate va kadachi na hannate hannamane sarire. This living entity, soul, is never born, neither it dies. It is simply change of body. Just like you just took this sweater. That means you are there and you may give up this sweater again. So your body is changing like dress, but you are different. See, you're in previous, just like now you are elderly gentleman, but you are a child, that's a fact. At that time the body was different. You are a young man, the body was different. And again you will become old man like me, your body will be different. So in this life also we are experiencing, going through different types of body. Similarly, after giving up this body, I will have another body. Where is the difficulty? Tatha dehantara prapti dhirastattva namayat. Dehinasmin yatha dehe kaumara jauvanam jara tatha dehantara prapti dhirastattva namayat. So dehantar prapti, to accept another body, that is inevitable. Now, what kind of body he will accept? He will not accept, he will be forced to accept, according to your work. Karmana dvayanete, by superior arrangement. After death, after giving us this body, generally at the time of death, your mental condition will carry you to a similar body. Jang jang bhapi sparana bhavam prajatante kale. This is the general, but it is under superior arrangement. So we are changing this body continually, cycle of birth and death. That is material world. Therefore it is said that according to the body, the standard of happiness, distress is there. So that will come automatically by nature's law. Therefore, there is no need of endeavoring, improving or subduing this kind of bodily comforts that you cannot change. It is all destiny. You try for self-realization. What you are, why you are in this body, why you are suffering. This question should be discussed. That is human life.
God, of course, has put this entire human life picture together, and we, of course, cannot really understand his motives or his reasons for this. But if there was some understanding that could be imparted to us, is there? I asked the question, is there any understanding that could be imparted to us to understand some of his motives for this? Because it seems to be that we suffer a great deal to be able to turn towards him, and yet in the Bhagavad Gita he says something like 1 million will seek me, but only 1 out of that million will find me.
Yes.
So your chances are very, very little, and God, of course, understands this.
No. Chances are very little, and chance is immediate. Ordinarily, the chance is very little. But if you accept what God says, then immediately. Just like in the Bhagavad Gita it is stated, Bhaunam janmanamanti jnanavan manga prapaddati Vasudeva sarvamiti sa mahatma sudurla. So, by regular process, it will take many, many births. Bhaunam janmanam, when he is actually jnanavan, then he surrenders to God. And he understands Vasudeva Sarvami. Everything is Vasudeva. Some Atma. So, if we are intelligent, we can take this verse seriously. That although it is very difficult to understand Vasudeva, it takes many, many births to understand this fact. But if one has to come to this point, Vasudeva Sarvamiti, why not do it immediately? That is intelligence. So, if we surrender to God immediately, the thing is very easy. It is a task of 1 minute only. But if we don't do that, then it will become gone. Why?
I understand that, and it seems very acceptable in an intuitive sense. But then the mind sort of questions some of these things.
Is there water? Bringing. Yes.
The mind questions some of these things, and these questions kind of flow naturally. And one wonders why the structure of the universe or of the world has been made in such a fashion that it takes a great deal of misery and difficulty for us to turn towards God.
Because he doesn't want to turn towards God.
Because we don't want to?
Yes. Just like God said that you surrender unto me. But who is going to surrender? He says clearly, Sarvadharman Parityaja Mamametam Saranam. Who is doing that? So why he will not suffer? He must suffer. Vaividhi sagunamai mama maya durutya. Mameva Prapadante maya meta. He will not do that. He will try to become himself God. Oh, I shall surrender. I am God. His dog is kicked even by dog, and he still thinks I am God. This is it.
So, as I understand it, and tell me if I interpret it correctly, we're being put more or less into our place, being shown where we really are in relation to God through our suffering.
Yeah. God is giving you the remedy that you surrender to me, you are immediately relieved from all suffering. But we shall not do that. So what is the alternative than suffering? It is a common sense.
This is a lesson in learning through contrast then. This is a lesson in learning through contrast. The contrast of suffering versus not suffering.
Yeah. Suffering, this is only suffering. This material world is only suffering. But under illusion, we are accepting suffering as enjoyment.
Is this because the illusion that we see is a representation of the spiritual world, in a sense?
Illusion is another punishment. We wanted to forget